Oh, yeah. You may be thinking, Josh, ain't no way, fam. Buckle up your buttholes. I'm on my way. Woo! Yeah! What is up, everybody? Welcome to the stream. On my way to Nerdventures Tower, and oh my goodness. I feel like this might be one for the record books. I feel like this is going to be an absolutely epic, incredible, hilarious, ridiculous stream, because we have to talk about one of the most controversial, just ridiculous, the reach of it, the dramas, the people's all mad, it's all craziness. It's ridiculous. Mila Kunis, that's the thing. It's actually a real thing. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna get into it. And there's other stuff to talk about as well. Guardians of the Galaxy, Rotten Tomatoes score. Everybody on Twitter getting mad at me again. We're just fucking get ready and shut your mouth. I'm pulling into the tower. Chet, you fucked up. You fucked up. Hang on. No, just stop. You fucked up the transition, dude. Oh, you fucked it up again! We're creating an experience here, dude. Anyway, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the show. I hope you guys had a good weekend. Hope you got a lot of that Jedi Survivor in, chilling, hanging out, having fun, whatever you did. I had a pretty good weekend. I'm going to be honest. I did more Warhammer building and painting than I did video gaming. But yeah, I had a good ass weekend, man. It was really fun. I got to hang out with Liam and my dad yesterday, which was really fun. So I hope you guys had a good weekend. Let me know what you did in the chat. I should probably say right off the bat, these next couple of weeks are going to be weird over here on the streams and also for the regular channel. I'm going out of town this weekend. I'm also going out of town next weekend. I'll keep you guys sort of posted on what the streaming schedule is. I should be able to stream this Friday. I will not be able to stream next Friday. Next Friday, I'll be in, I'll be on the West Coast. So, yeah, it's gonna get a little funky with all of that, but just bear with me. It's just a couple of weeks here, and then we should be back to our regularly scheduled programming. Now, as far as this week goes, we should be able to stream. We'll stream today, obviously right now. I think we'll have a Nerd Theory, but I'm not 100% sure on that because Theory, I guess, streamed for 11 hours yesterday, completing Jedi Survivor. That's absolutely bananas. So, I don't know. He might need a rest day or something like that, which is totally cool with me. So, I'm not 100% sure on that, but we'll stream Wednesday morning. Thursday, I'm going to see Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I am excited about the movie. We're going to talk about the reviews and whatnot and the whole narrative around that later in the stream. But I'll do a video that night. So I'll go see the movie. I'll come back. I'll do like a reaction first, like review of it. And then Friday morning, we're going to do a spoiler stream. Okay? We're going to do a spoiler stream. So it'll be spoilers Friday morning talking about Guardians 3. And then I'm out. Because I'm going on my awesome vacation, sort of mini vacation thing that I'm doing this weekend with the homies, which is going to be really cool. So that's kind of the schedule for this week. Just out of curiosity, too, how many of you guys are going to see Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 on that first day, on Thursday? Throw a 1 into the chat if you're going to go see Guardians on Thursday, which is that preview day. That's when I like to go. You know what I mean? So there's a good bit of you. Okay, cool. Cool. I was a little bit worried because remember we did that poll, I think it was last week, and then we did a poll on Twitter as well, and it seemed like a lot more people were not going to check out Guardians even opening weekend. I was like, what the fuck? But it looks like a lot of you guys will go Thursday. Let me ask you another question for the chat. Have the Rotten Tomato score, and it's still early on the Rotten Tomato score, we'll talk more about that in a bit, but has the Rotten Tomato score for Guardians 3 made you want to go see it more? Like, because I'm just really curious about this, because like 50% of you guys were like, I'm not seeing that shit opening weekend. Are you now going to go see it? Because that's sort of the thing. The Rotten Tomato score is really, unfortunately, it has a lot of effect. So a lot of people saying no, a couple people saying yes. Okay, that's interesting. The score is better because it's French. Yeah, totally. Congrats on 1 million views on that tweet. Oh yeah, we'll talk about that. I think it's like 1.5 now. It's pretty wild. We'll get into that. The internet's a crazy place. The internet is a crazy place. Okay, so that's kind of interesting. Who actually cares about Rotten Tomato? A lot of motherfuckers, bro. Like, a lot of motherfuckers. Like, it's so, man, that's such a crazy thing. Like, a lot of people do. I'm sorry, it's just the facts. A lot of normies, they look at that score. Even me. And I don't know if I'm a normie or not. I mean, in some areas, I probably am, right? But, dude, I look at the Rotten Tomato score. Like, for instance, we were going to go see, there's a couple of different movies that we were thinking about seeing, like Babylon, a couple other movies. And then, like, their Rotten Tomato score is just, like, shit. And we're literally like, nah, we're not going to go do it. Because I think what people are trying to assess, right, when they look at a Rotten Tomato score, they're just trying to see, like, is it worth my money? You know? And like, time and money is, you know, valuable to people, and that's what it takes to go to the movie theater these days, right? Now, obviously, Rotten Tomato did not deter people from going to see Mario, because that movie got poo-poo doo-dooed on. But I also think that, look, we'll get into that. We'll talk about that, because that's really interesting what's going on with Mario as well. Crossed $1 billion over the weekend. Crazy, dude. Massive, massive story. But I want to start. Are you guys ready? Like, before we get into this, because, like, again, this is going to get fucking wild. I'm going to just be honest with you guys. This shit's going to get crazy today. It's banana nut muffin on a Sunday morning up in here. Are you guys ready? Are you ready to just get in on it? Fuck you, Brian. Brian's like, D&D closing in on $200 million. You don't say that! You guys all fucked it up for me on that one, man. Yeah, let's get into it. Let's get into it. By the way, I want to do a little tease here, because I think it's crazy. Guys, I am literally talking to the Washington Post later today about the Mila Kunis rumor. Okay? There's a guy I follow on Twitter, Herb Schreier, I think is his name. Does a lot of reporting and whatnot. And we've been kind of just like, I like his reporting and whatnot. And he hit me up in the DMs over the weekend. He's doing a piece in the Washington Post about the Mila Kunis rumor. And I'm going to talk to him about it. So you might ask yourself, like, fucking what? And why? Maybe you guys didn't notice this, okay? But this rumor about Mila Kunis as the thing, I have never seen impressions like this. It was ridiculous. On Friday, I remember looking at it and seeing 600,000 tweets about the thing. The thing was trending with 600,000 tweets. Guys, 600 fucking thousand. Do you know how crazy that is? The next day, it was trending in the 500Ks. Sunday, it was in like 500K again. I've seen a lot of shit. Okay? I've fought in all the great meme wars. Okay? Real talk. Been around. I don't know if I've ever seen something like this. Like, damn. It blew up. So some of you guys were like questioning, you're like, why are you even talking about this? Like, why you're not gonna lead with the positive reviews for Guardians of the Galaxy 3? No, I'm not. Because Mila Kunis as the Thing was so fucking crazy over the internet. TMZ reported on it. TMZ. Do you know what TMZ's job is? To report on drama and get massive clicks because we all fucking love the T. That's what it is. TMZ covered it. This was crazy, dude. The amount of people that talked about this is in the millions. Millions. It's bizarre. Okay? It's bizarre. So regardless of how you feel about it, that's what it is. And I gotta say, the overall reaction to this, pretty fucking negative. I have, again, it was so bizarre, dude. I saw so many people hate that. Like, and by the way, let's go to the polls. I would like to know what you think. What do you think of Mila Kunis as the Thing? Love it. Like it. Oh, meh. Hate it. Let's see. Let's see what you guys think. And I got to tell you, it was pretty crazy to experience as somebody that, like, this is what I do for a living. Like, I look at the conversations around nerdy shit. I try to check out, like, what's real, what's not. And I like, analyze it. That's, like, what I do. And again, I've never seen anything like this. This was absolute insanity. It was like everybody hated that. A ton of people. Like, this is what's crazy, too. Because these situations of gender bending, race bending, these things, they happen a lot in media these days, have been happening for a couple of years. And there were a ton of people that, like, pulled up to the internet battle line. And they were like, yo, people hate this because they're sexist, right, guys? And they, like, looked to their right. And they looked to their left. And they were shocked that a lot of the people that usually stand toe-to-toe with them on that particular internet battle line were fucking way past. They were like, nah, dude, this is some bullshit. And just fucking walked off. It was so bizarre. People with brains broken, not being able to comprehend. But wait, we usually say this is sexism. Why not this time? Shocked at how many people thought it was just goddamn ridiculous. Pretty crazy stuff. It was insane. Now, I do want to say, there are, of course, a particular set of folks on the internet that congregate together and say things like MCU. There are a bunch of people that sleep on sheets that say MCU on them. Okay? I'm pretty sure that Nerderotic has a yacht for his action figures that he calls the SSMCU, and it was bought completely with outrage dollars. Okay? So that group of people exists. And to be honest with you, they probably saw this news, this rumor, and grinned like the fucking Cheshire Cat. Because this is absolutely incredible for them. Okay? Imagine being that person, sleeping on those sheets, and then news like that drops from the heavens. Insanity. Insanity. Okay? You, viewer of this stream, might hate those people. But you know what I hate? I hate the fact that Marvel Studios seems hell-bent on giving them constant ammunition. It's ridiculous, dude. And however you feel about this, you have to admit, this has been a conversation that's been creeping up in the Marvel fan base for a long, long time. A long, long time. And for whatever reason, this particular instance, it all came to a head. it all came to a head. It's insane. As for if it's true, as for if it's real, if it's actually going to happen, I am 100% convinced that it's real. Now, that is not to say that Marvel's actually going to go that way. In fact, I don't think they're going to, especially after what just happened. Because, again, it was ridiculous, the amount of exposure and craziness that was going on with this particular rumor. But this came from My Time to Shine Hello, who continues to be one of the most accurate scoopers in the game. And then Casey Walsh backed it up. Also, very reliable. So this is absolutely an idea that they have for the Fantastic Four. Now, it's made all the more crazy because there were rumors that Mila Kunis was going to be Sue Storm. And so a lot of people were starting to think like, oh, Sue Storm, remember? We talked about this last week, I believe. You know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty sure we talked about this last week. So Mila Kunis was rumored to be Sue Storm, and then there's actual, like, photos of her and Matt Shakman having lunch together, okay? And so you start to put all this shit together, and you're like, oh my God, they might actually do this. They might actually do this shit. And to me, man, wow. Horrible. Horrible. Look at this poll, guys. 70% of you hate it. Hate it. 70%? 20% are meh. Nobody likes this. Nobody. To me, it feels so gross to even say Mila Kunis as the thing. It feels like a fucking Mad Lib or like Cards Against Humanity. It doesn't go together. It's just gross and off-putting. And of course, we could talk about all the little like, oh, but what does it mean? And we could dissect it and do all the psychoanalyzing of like, what is sexism? What is sexist? Is it not? What's this? You're not mad about this? Blah, blah, blah. And don't worry, we will, because I am convinced the internet is one of the circles of hell. So you guys will probably ask me all sorts of questions, but what if this equaled this and that? And we're going to get into it, and it's going to be stupid. But at the end of the day, I think the reason this is so crazy, and the reason so many people are rejecting this, is because just at a gut level, at a base level, it just does, it feels bad. It feels wrong. It just, you don't need to explain it. You don't need to get like fucking armchair psychology, like, and like try to think about what motherfuckers just hate this shit. It just is not good. Okay? And so, I don't think that this is going to happen, but it's absolutely an idea that Marvel is playing around with. And technically, there's a chance they still do it. And I don't know, man. I would be absolutely shocked if they actually pulled the trigger on this. No. Please don't. Please don't. And so, again, there's a ton of stuff that we will get into talking about it. There's a lot, I'm sure, questions, ideas, what could happen, what could not happen. My overall take, man, like, I think one of the reasons that people just don't like it, again, there's all sorts of people that are coming in with their own particular thing, right? There's the MCU people. They're just like, yeah, again, classic Marvel doing MCU kind of stuff. I think there's a lot of people that are just like, dude, just give us the Fantastic Four. And the relationship between Ben Grimm and Johnny and also Reed is really interesting, right? Like, he, Ben, is like an older brother type mentor figure to Johnny. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of people just want that intact. There's also a crazy thing going on with how Reed can't cure Ben Grimm. And he sort of always like feels indebted to him. And there's a lot of like angles to the drama and the family situation that happens with the Fantastic Four. I think maybe partially it's also because, like, Mila Kunis is hot. You know what I mean? Like, she's a hot actress. Like, a lot of people think of her as, I don't know what the word is. Like, not necessarily a heartthrob or whatnot, but, like, dude, that 70s show? Like, come on, man. We all grew up with that shit. And the idea of having Mila Kunis become a rock monster, I don't know, man. It sounds like a bad acid trip. It's like it's like playing with my primal emotions in a way that I'm not really fond of. So now you know that. Now you know that. Thoughts? There was a female thing, though. Okay, yes. This is one of my favorite rebuts to this. There was technically a female thing. Yes. Again, that's fine. Who gives a shit? Very obscure character. And that's also not what the report is. I saw a lot of people being like, but there is a female thing. What if that's what they're doing? That's not what they're doing. That's not the report. The report is literally that Marvel Studios might make Ben Grimm female. Like, that's what the report is. To your point, Mr. Guy that says there's a female thing, yeah, maybe if they did that and brought the female thing in and had Mila Kunis play the female thing, maybe better, maybe, more acceptable, more palatable. Also, maybe not what you do in the very first MCU Fantastic Four movie. I think a lot of us just want to see the fucking Fantastic Four. Like, literally, just want to see the Fantastic Four. Like, as they were in the comics. So, I don't know, man. I've seen so many hot takes and so many flagrant things being said about this because, again, I've never seen something get this many impressions. And unfortunately, I seriously don't think it's a good look for Marvel. So we'll just wait and see when it comes to the Fantastic Four. Again, I don't think that's going to be the way they go. It's absolutely an idea that they considered. And it's crazy that idea got out and is in the wild. Chance this was a trap to reveal leaker identity? Absolutely possible. I thought about that too. I was like, dude, this shit is so ridiculous that it kind of feels like they're putting this out there and they're being like, the person that will share this is definitely doesn't understand that we're trapping them. You know what I mean? Yeah. So no. God, that would be fucking awful. I mean, literally, this is way worse than Ryan Gosling as Doctor Doom. Like, the Ryan Gosling as Doctor Doom rumor, I hate it, but I'd probably be able to get over it. Mila Kunis as the Thing, bro, get the fuck out of my face with that. Now, we should talk about the actual good news when it comes to the Fantastic Four that's come out. Because there is some good news. As we've been talking about, it seems like we're going to get Adam Driver as Reed Richards, which, honestly, people are kind of mixed on. As I like it. I've kind of come around to the idea, and I think Adam Driver would be great as Reed Richards. Okay, not confirmed, but I wouldn't be surprised, guys, if this came out in the Hollywood trades this week. This week. In the Hollywood trades, they're probably going to talk to you about who the Fantastic Four cast is, because I think they're finalizing that shit. Okay? So, you got Adam Driver as Reed. Now, some people think Kristen Bell is going to be Sue Storm. That's not true. Dude. While Mila Kunis' situation was happening, okay? No, she's not, DAC. As the Mila Kunis situation was happening, apparently Mila Kunis was in an interview with James Corden and said, I'm not in the Fantastic Four, but I know who is. Okay? And then Daniel RBK just commented on somebody else's post and said, well, she's good friends with Kristen Bell. That's all I'm saying. And then everybody like thought he was confirming that it was Kristen Bell. No, he did not confirm that it's Kristen Bell. He came out later and said, no, in fact, she's not Sue. Now, it's probably, what's her name? Jodie Comer? It's probably Jodie Comer. Okay? It's probably Jodie Comer. Yeah. And this is kind of being hinted at by a couple of different people. I think My Time to Shine Hello said, I don't want to say for sure because she's already passed on the role. Do you guys remember before San Diego Comic-Con last year, there was a big crazy rumor about all these different actors that Marvel had just had meetings with and was going to sign? This was like John Boyega, Denzel Washington, Jodie Comer was one of those, okay? And then, like, none of that shit happened, and it seemed like, oh, shit, that's fake news. Well, what I have heard is that Jodie Comer actually passed on the role initially, but through some conversations and whatnot, it seems like she might be open to it. Oh, it was D23? Wouldn't it be crazy if all that shit ended up being true, and it just, like, wasn't announced at the time? You know? Pretty wild. So I think what you're probably looking at is, unless she passes on it again, Jodie Comer, Adam Driver, and then the guy that's going to play Johnny. Let me see here. I'll get this pulled up for you guys. Or I should say, like, it seems like he's going to play Johnny. The offer is out. The offer is out to this guy. Here's the homie. Paul Mescal, the Fantastic Four's Human Torch. So, I don't know too much about this guy, but like immediately he just looks like he could be Johnny to me. You know what I mean? Let's check it out here. What's this guy been in? After Sun and Normal People. Okay. Wait, what? He's going to be the lead role in Gladiator 2? What? Really? That's a good look. That's a pretty good look, dude. I'm not going to lie, that would be crazy. Huh. Interesting. Okay, so yeah, it looks like super stellar actor there. And so it looks like what you're probably looking at, guys. Let's go through this. Okay? You've got Adam Driver as Reed Richards. W, I'm a little bit like, but overall W. He's a great actor. We'll see. See how he does. Jodie Comer as Sue Storm. Love it. W. This guy, Paul Mescal, as Johnny Storm. W. And then Mila Kunis as a female The Thing. Okay, so you can't win them all. All right? You can't win them all. 3/4 good. I don't know. Maybe acceptable. Would you guys be able to deal with fucking Mila Kunis as The Thing if we had like the rest of the like? What do you think? Oh man, can you imagine, dude? Oh shit! Oh shit! Yo, Jason Segel would be sick. Jason Segel would be sick. Yeah, look, none of us want that shit. So hopefully they get somebody that can, because overall, I'm just saying, like, I really like this cast. Like, it seems good. You know what I mean? Like, and also, too, the one thing I will say is that we know for sure that Marvel has tried a shit ton of people of all kinds of walks of life, of all kinds of colors and creeds. Like, Marvel has tried many different folks for the Fantastic Four. Like, you know, the auditioning, apparently, there were stories about how intense the auditioning is for the Fantastic Four. Like, they've tried a shit ton of people. And this is what they've landed on. At least that's the rumors. That's like what it points to. So I think at the end of the day, this feels like a good cast. You know what I mean? It feels good. But there's also the question of like Mila and the Thing and like what the fuck is going on with that, okay? So that's part of the Fantastic Four. And by the way, Marvel thinks they can make the Fantastic Four into a massive franchise. Especially, I think, because Feige is such a comic book guy. He just wants the Fantastic Four to be like what they're like when they're really good in comics. You know? Because sometimes the Fantastic Four is boring as fuck. But sometimes they're incredible. There's a lot of like Hickman stuff that's just fan-frickin-tastic, dude. It's like really, truly incredible stuff. So I think Feige wants the Fantastic Four to have that level in the MCU, to be like that big of a deal, etc., etc. So this is a massive movie for them. Now, we had a couple more rumors when it comes to Fantastic Four that are kind of interesting. Number one, it's more or less been confirmed that Galactus will be a big part of the film, and I really want to like. Some of you guys are like, you know, very like whimsical in your understanding of all of this kind of stuff. I think a lot of the Nerdvengers and a lot of people that watch us pretty regularly are like really understand the process at this point, because like we just got a whole bunch of reports that we've kind of already known about. But what this means is that at a critical juncture for this film, everybody is taking a look at all of these different things and deciding, like, are we going to go this way or not? Okay? Like, for instance, the Thunderbolts, massive changes. The original version of that movie, more like a Black Widow sequel, that shit's gone. Now it's, like, crazy. Like, the fucking Thunderbolts movie is going to be insane. Way over the top, crazy. So they just decided to go a different direction. Now, originally, Galactus wasn't supposed to be in the Fantastic Four. I think the Silver Surfer was, but I don't think Galactus himself was going to be in the Fantastic Four. They've totally changed that. And now it's like Galactus is supposed to be the main villain. But on top of that, we're hearing from some very reliable people that there's no Silver Surfer in the Fantastic Four movie. Maybe a little bit in the Fantastic Four, but he's not like a main player. But you're going to see other heralds of Galactus. And one that My Time to Shine Hello recently teased was Terrax. Terrax the Destroyer. Yo. So you're going to see Terrax the Destroyer and Galactus going around destroying worlds. Dude, Terrax is awesome. If you don't know who Terrax is, dude, he's awesome. Okay? On top of that, they're saying the Tamer. Well, there's Terrax the Tamer, Terrax the Destroyer. There's actually Terrax the Enlightened, who was the herald of Galactus in the Hickman Fantastic Four when they go to, I don't think this was the Latveria one. Was it in Latveria? Maybe it is. Maybe it was in Latveria. I'm blanking on it. Terrax the Tamer? I really thought it was Terrax the Destroyer, no? Oh, it's Drax the Destroyer. I get all that cosmic shit mixed up. Okay, anyways. So, regardless of all that, you're probably going to get Terrax. You might even get crazy other ones. Like, there's, like, Firestorm. There's the Fallen one, who I think was the first Herald. And I would be really interested to know about the Fallen one, because apparently he's, like, created with, like, dark energy, which is pretty cool. There's this crazy, like, big troll-looking dude named Morg, if I remember correctly. And that whole, like, galactic side of Marvel, especially, like, in the, like, the Kirby, Ditka era, and the way that it then comes into modern comics is so fascinating. There was a lot of crazy stuff that they did back in the day. So, I mean, that sounds cool. Like, that sounds awesome. Like, imagine the Fantastic Four out on, like, a voyage or something like that. This is another thing we heard. Maybe it was going to be in the 60s. It's still not 100% sure on that. I've heard even that the movie will start in the 60s and then they, like, jump into the future. For the present for us, right? So I don't really know for sure. But regardless, imagine a movie in which they're, like, chasing down these crazy cosmic powerful beings that are taking out all these planets or the defense for these planets, and then Galactus is coming in like destroying these planets and shit. Like, that seems awesome. And to see different heralds of Galactus in the movie might be cool. I think it's possible. Maybe one of the reasons we see the different heralds is like maybe in the 60s they see the fallen one, and then Reed jumps to the present and he sees Lizzo the Tamer as one of the heralds. And maybe that's how we'll see multiples. And then apparently, and this is another like sort of an additional thing, apparently there is going to be a Silver Surfer central project. And originally it was going to be a show. Then apparently they were thinking about making it into a special presentation. But the problem with the special presentations is nobody watches them shits. Like, nobody. It sucks, because I love the special presentations. Did you guys love the special presentations? I love the special presentations. But nobody watches them for whatever reason. So Marvel is going away from that. So it's possible they might make it a whole movie. You might get a whole Silver Surfer movie, which could be really interesting. But yeah, they want to do something with the Silver Surfer that would take place after Fantastic Four. Yeah. Crazy. Hank Schrader as the Thing? I actually like that. That would be good. Jason Segel as the Thing would be great. Yeah. Oh, and the other thing is Antonio Banderas is apparently in talks to be Galactus. Okay, that might be the last Fantastic Four bit that we have to talk about here. So, Antonio Banderas as Galactus. What do you guys think about Antonio Banderas as Galactus? We talked about it with the Nerd Avengers last week. But what do you think? Marvel going for an Oscar with Fantastic Four? I don't know about that, but I know they're putting a lot into it. Like, a lot. I'm okay with it. His voice is epic, though. It is epic. He has the voice for it? Yeah. Yeah, I agree. So, here's what I think. I have a couple of different thoughts. First of all, I think it depends. I don't know if they're going to go full CGI for Galactus. You would assume they would. But they might still, like, use his face a little bit. He technically does have a human. I mean, his name's Galen. And he's not a human, but he's like, for all intents and purposes, he's a human from the universe past, from before our universe, right? So maybe they'll use his face, which would be kind of cool because he has like the perfect face for Galactus, actually. Like, you know, this part, you know, pretty good. Also, I think he has an awesome voice. I brought this up last week. This is my hope, right? I hope that he does something with the voice. Like Bradley Cooper. He does Rocket Raccoon, okay? Bradley Cooper has a pretty recognizable voice, but he does a specific thing for Rocket. Gives him like a Brooklyn accent. And kind of like just it's Rocket. It feels just so much like Rocket, right? I just hope Antonio Banderas does something to make it sound more like Galactus. Maybe maybe they can do something in post to like make it a little more epic. Maybe he can just talk with a little more gravitas. I don't know exactly, but I hope that he finds the voice for Galactus and does not just make his voice the voice of Galactus. So that's kind of where I'm at with it. But you know, let's go. You know, Antonio Banderas is awesome, so why not? Could be cool. Could be cool. Okay, a couple other things we got to talk about, guys. We got to talk about a little bit more drama with everybody getting mad at me and wanting to cancel me. And we can talk about that, and I'll address that a little bit. And then I want to talk about the Guardians of the Galaxy Rotten Tomatoes score, but also opening weekend box office. I'll just speak for myself. I am incredibly interested in how this opening weekend goes for Guardians 3, and I think I'm really looking to see what happens, because I think it's going to be a true test of like where Marvel is currently at. You know what I mean? Like where Marvel is currently at. And we'll see. You know what I mean? We'll see. We'll talk about it. Okay, so let me tell you a story. Let me talk to you a little bit about what happened with another one of my tweets blowing up to like 1 million plus views. Everybody getting really mad at me, calling me all sorts of horrible stuff. So, press screenings, world premiere for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 last week, right? So, I had a buddy who saw the movie, and this buddy shares my belief that James Gunn is goddamn ridiculous, and he's fucking up. And basically, you know, where a lot of you think, oh no, he's doing great, and Superman Legacy's gonna be awesome. Let's fucking get it. Like, let's go. I have been over here saying, like, I think this guy just caused a bunch of fucking drama last year by being on Twitter and getting into conversations, contradicting himself, pissing fans off, and making the next 3 Warner Brothers DC movies completely fucking irrelevant. Yeah, I think he's fucking up. Now, am I a little bit biased? Am I a little biased? Yeah. No, I think I am. Yeah, obviously I'm a little bit biased, okay? But yeah, I don't like what the fucking dude's doing. I also find that anytime Jennifer Holland, and some of you guys are like, Josh, you don't grow as a person. And I just want to point out that I finally figured out James Gunn's wife's name, and I'm going to refer to her as Jennifer Holland from now on, okay? So, yes, I can grow. Mother truckers. So anytime I see Jennifer Holland in a project from James Gunn, it immediately takes me out of the project, and I'm reminded of what a provocateur douchebag James Gunn is. And that's my belief. And so my buddy that saw Guardians 3 hits me up. And he's like, bro, he put her in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 as well. And I made what I thought would be a fairly innocuous tweet where I said, he put her in Guardians 3 as well, in like all caps. Let's find it. Let me find it. Where's it at? Oh, shit. Dude, 1.7 million views? Holy shit. Oh, my God, bro. That shit's crazy. That shit is crazy. Okay. Let me show you guys. This is fucking nuts, dude. I don't know. I think it's kind of innocuous. You know what I mean? I mean, what do you guys think? Do you think that's, I mean, is that really so bad? Like, is that really so bad? Do you think, like, if you saw this tweet on the timeline, right? Like, would you feel the urge to, like, retweet it and grandstand? No? All caps and the exclamation. There's no exclamation point. It's all question marks. Some of you guys are like, yes, I'm actually here in this stream because of this tweet. So yes, sir, I would actually feel compelled to share about this tweet. Yes, fine, fair. We just disagree. But I was curious. I was like, dude, why is this blowing up the way that it is? Right? Like, why? Well, I think it's a couple of different things. I think, again, there's this massive divide between DC fans right now. And I think there are a ton of fans that, like, maybe let's say, like, Snyder fans or fans that don't love the idea of James Gunn taking over or whatever, right? Because at the end of the day, Gunn is the guy that killed the Snyderverse. Like, it doesn't matter how you try to obfuscate that or how you try to, like, you know, explain away all that bullshit. He is the guy that killed the Snyderverse. Okay? That is what it is. In fact, this motherfucker might make the Takashi Superman movie and call it Elseworld. Like, this dude is literally like, I'll do fucking Elseworld with Superman and Batman. I'll do Elseworld with all the big characters. I don't give a shit. Just not Zack Snyder stuff. I'm taking this ball. You all can go home. Like, that's basically what it is. That's the way that reads to a lot of people. And therefore, I think a lot of folks jump to James Gunn's defense because, frankly, yes, the Snyder Bros have been very pushy, toxic, and crazy online. So I think there's like an element of, and by the way, I still to this day believe this is the reason that Gunn clapped back at me about the Henry Cavill situation. He went to my profile Because a lot of people just, when someone's talking shit, you click on their profile, like, who is this motherfucker? And he saw my pinned tweet about Zack Snyder's Justice League. And I think he decided, guns out. You know what I mean? Like, that's, and by the way, his prerogative. I don't really care. He's actually done me an incredible service by doing this. But I think that's part of why. It's like this anti-Snyder bro energy of people being like, dude, Gunn's going to do a great job. And if you don't think so, fuck you. I also think that because of his past tweets and just kind of like the weirdness of that whole situation, he has been targeted by a lot of like right-wing communities or like conservative people online. And they really don't like this guy. And I think that, again, that sort of like pushes this other side to like kind of white knight for him or like come to his defense. Okay. I think also there's probably just a bunch of people that like this guy and just generally are like, dude, you're saying some egregious shit about this guy that I like, and they feel like defending him and shit like that, right? So look, I understand and I get all of that. There's like a part of me that feels like, bro, I don't even have to defend this shit. And I gotta be honest with you, I look out there and I see all these people saying like, there's nothing wrong with this. I think you're all fucking crazy. I think you're insane. In fact, a lot of the people, I'm not gonna put anybody's dirty laundry out there, but guys, I talk to a lot of, let's say, influencers, I guess is the word I'll use. Guys, a lot of us behind the scenes think James Gunn is fucking ridiculous. And that him doing this and just shoving it in everybody's face with Jennifer Holland is absurd. And to be honest, like I look out and I see all these people defending it and all this stuff. I don't understand it at all. I don't get it. I think it's clearly bullshit. Now, a lot of people have brought this thing where they're like, yeah, but nepotism, that's all of Hollywood. Hollywood's all nepotism. You don't get mad at James Gunn's brother for being in it. You don't get mad at Samuel L. Jackson being in this, being in that, and all that. I think there's an argument to be made that the nepotism on display with James Gunn is not necessarily unique. I don't believe that. I think that's horse shit. But if you want to cling to that as part of your argument, totally get it, and I think that's fair play. I think it's okay to say, yeah, Hollywood is a town like absolutely full of nepotism, and that shit happens all the time. Okay? And to be honest with you, I don't even necessarily have a problem with you working with your significant other. To be completely honest, I work with my significant other. Like, my wife is a part of the business. Not as much these days, but, you know, there was a time where she was really a part. Like, we were a team. We work together. And I think that couples in general should be a team. You know what I mean? And there's a weird, like, almost respect that I have for people that do want to work with their significant others. I think that's great. But here's I think where it really comes from for me personally. When I worked in the restaurant industry, if a manager had a relationship with one of the staff, the manager or the staff person would be moved to a different restaurant. And the reason this happens is because it is clearly favoritism, and that would create not a great work environment. And from where I'm standing right now, James Gunn got this job, and he has given himself $1 million paying gigs to write and direct the first movie, probably maybe the only guaranteed movie to be in his slate. And he has sort of used his sway in Hollywood to give Jennifer Holland a career and keep her career alive. And yeah, it fucking bothers me. I don't like it. I'm not telling you how to think. I'm not telling you how to feel, but I don't like it. I think it's bullshit. And it also takes me out of it. Every time I see her, I'm like, oh, there's the actress that never appeared in a big movie ever before she got married to James Gunn, and now she's fucking everywhere. in James Gunn shit. Yeah, it bugs me. It bothers me. It's literally all I got. It's literally all I got. And it's just crazy because it seems to be such a thing. The last thing, actually, I'm not done. I'm not fucking done. The last thing that I want to say about this is that I think the reality of the situation is that, and I say this with complete honesty, okay? Complete and total honesty. This is amazing. Because when James Gunn hit send on that tweet replying to me, which, by the way, is the audio off a little bit? I just got mad distracted because I looked over. Let me try to fix this. Is our audio desynced? Nobody fucking told me? We're good? Oh, we've been good? Is it broken? Okay, so check this out. When that white-haired weirdo hit send reply to the tweet that I had to him, he forever intertwined him and me forever. Okay? And by the way, at least for the next couple of years, he's going to be doing some really big projects. So, for as long as James Gunn is the president of DC, I will have a narrative, a story, like an epic of the olden days, where I am intertwined with James Gunn forever. So every time he does something of note, I will be able to comment on it, and I will be able to farm massive impressions and views, triggering a bunch of weirdos for the rest of time. And that is a fucking W. That feels good. Inside. So, c'est la vie, motherfucker. Hope you have a long career, James. Truly. So, again, you might not feel the same. That's fine. It's all good. It's all gravy. Now, moving on to James Gunn's Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 and the Rotten Tomatoes score. So this one's pretty interesting, man. This one is pretty interesting. So, let's pull it up. Look at what we have here. Let me just ask you guys. Let me ask you guys. How do you feel about this Rotten Tomatoes score so far? How do you feel about it? How do you feel about this Rotten Tomatoes score? Don't care? Oh, thanks, Hunter! Gonna be a really interesting next 5 to 10 minutes for Hunter. Holy shit. Yeah. Seems okay, not good. Dude, can we not even agree on, like, that's what's so crazy, okay? I think... Oh, Marvel. Why does it gotta be like this? Why does it have to be like this? Okay? Why does it gotta be like this? So, on the one hand, considering where Quantum Mid-Mania was at, and considering where a lot of Marvel projects have been out recently, 77 feeling like a 90 to me. I don't know about y'all, but 77's feeling like a 90%. We're like, wait, this isn't total dog shit that all the critics absolutely fucking hate? W. 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 You know what I mean? And we're starting to feel really, really good about that. However, we're only 100 reviews in. And it's already dropped significantly from where it once was. Throughout the week, at least 100 more reviews will come in. At least. So you can see this score go up a good bit, or you can see it go down. And I think when you look at some of the reviews, and I've watched a bunch of different reviews, I really found Dan Murrell's review to be pretty wild. And no offense to Dan, but I actually had to turn his review off because I didn't want it to influence me too much when I was going into it. But he said some really, really interesting things in there. And one of the things he said is James Gunn is a provocateur. And again, regardless of how you feel about it, some of you guys are fucking angry tweeting at me right now because you love James Gunn. Totally cool. But you can't deny that he is a provocateur. That's how he made his brand. That's who he is. That's also why I'm dude, the provocateur is doing Superman? I don't know about that, okay? So he is a provocateur. And I think he did stuff in the movie with some body horror type stuff, some without giving spoilers, stuff with the High Evolutionary, where the movie becomes very, very dark. Dan described it as grim. I was like, damn. That's pretty wild. And I do wonder how fans will react to that. I think one of the most honest things that I saw, I was watching Jeremy John's review, and he basically said, it's a really good Marvel movie that is not going to be the big crowd-pleasing hit that Marvel desperately needs right now. And when I heard that, I was like, damn, that feels fucking on point. That is a take. And I'm really interested because, of course, we all acknowledge Marvel's somewhat on shaky ground. Things have been a little bit weird for Marvel Studios. They just had a veteran executive of 17 years get fired. So things are not going great. I think what is going on with Guardians, there's one of two options that's going to happen. Currently, the box office tracking for Guardians looks okay. Some projections have it really close to 100 million. Some projections have it closer to 130, 140. Okay? If this movie does not make the upper side of those predictions towards that 130 or 140, you will get a ton of horrible headlines about this film. Does anybody doubt that? We get it, right? Do we understand the fucking game by now? A lot of y'all, you're really smart. You know what I mean? You get the game by now. Regardless of your own individual enjoyment or not of this film, if this movie does not make high-end projections, you are going to see a ton of horrible headlines. And I will say that where Marvel is currently at, I really don't think they definitely don't want negative headlines, but especially right now, oh my God, that would be so bad for the brand. Because we're coming off a movie in Quantumania that a lot of people fucking hated, including myself. I fucking hated that movie. And this movie, Guardians, from a lot of stuff that I'm hearing, I'm actually expected to sit down and really enjoy this film. I know some of you guys are but you hate James Gunn. Not even true. I mean, maybe a little bit true. Fuck James Gunn. But at the same time, I'm ready for a good movie. So I think I will probably personally really enjoy this film. But we're almost at a point where that shit doesn't matter. It kind of doesn't matter. A lot of us hardcore Marvel people, we're still going. We went and saw Quantum Mid-Mania. We're probably in it. But it becomes embarrassing to even cheer for our favorite team, Marvel Studios, it becomes awkward to get excited about Marvel projects when the general narrative online is that they are fucking it up. And if this movie comes in lower than projections, that's going to be the headline. They're fucking this up. Still. And what that creates is more negativity and apathy as we move forward towards Marvel projects. I think we're probably looking at a scenario where Marvel, beginning next year, will literally have to win some of its fans back. Does anybody doubt that? Like, does anybody doubt that? We're looking at a scenario in which Marvel is going to have to win fans back. Yeah, it's like, bro, we know, we're seeing it happen. And it's honestly a little bit fucking heartbreaking to watch. Real talk. And I wonder, I mean, again, here's the deal. Let's just go through it. So I'm going to see the movie Thursday. I'm going to do my review that night. Then Friday morning, we're going to go live. Spoilers, full spoilers. We're going to talk about the movie. And then on Monday, we'll talk about the opening weekend for the movie, the box office. And, oh, man, we're probably going to have so much to talk about, so much to debate and speculate on when it comes to this film, when it comes to Marvel. I already have, like, theories as to why this might not have been a satisfying film based on some of the stuff that the reviewers are saying about the movie. But I got to see it for myself. I'm not sure yet. Now, we're talking a little doom and gloom. Let me say this. If this movie comes in and crushes expectations and the audience score is like through the roof and like a lot of people are like, dude, Marvel's back, of course that would be a W. Of course that would be a win. It would be incredible and I would welcome it. I don't know how likely of a scenario that is, but it is possible. So who knows? Who knows? Only the Oracle, I guess. And so there you have it. Let's refresh. Has this gone? It technically went down from when I saw it earlier. 107. Should we look at some of these reviews? Or should we just like, nah, like fuck that. Let's get into Q&A. Like, what do you guys want to do? What do you guys want to do? See some reviews? All right. Let's check out. Ooh. Okay. We'll go back and forth. Okay? We'll go back and forth. We'll read some positives. We'll read some negatives. Okay? This guy says, Volume 3 is mostly dark and dour, which only makes the series' signature elements of goofy humor, ridiculous scenarios, and too cool for school soundtrack stick out like a sore thumb. Damn! Fuck! Oh, no! Okay, we'll go into the next positive one, and I want to tell you, this is a positive review. The magic is a bit worn. The emotions and themes a little too familiar. But this team, in front of and behind the camera, fictional and in real life, is still strong enough to deliver a still pretty entertaining and crazy space adventure. Guys, that's a fucking positive review, bro. Like, holy shit. Oh, man. Darth Princess, I did actually see that. I'll comment on that when we get into Q&A. Let's do another negative one, and then I want to see what E-Man says. Avi says, overlong, clunky, and dull. It's high on schmaltz and visual spectacle, while low on laughs, wit, and palpable thrills. Damn! Okay, E-Man says, this is probably the most James Gunniest movie there could ever be. To me, I would say that and make it rotten. You know what I mean? Like, to me, I'd be like, yeah, and this is why I fucking hated it. Whew! Okay, awesome. All right, let's do one more negative, and then we'll do one more positive, okay? Wow. Okay. Christy says, I regret to inform you that the Guardians of the Galaxy, as you know them, are dead. What remains in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 are flickering remnants of fun times, but mostly Malden bullshit. What? Okay, let's read a positive review here from Zachy. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is overstuffed and a tad too long, but it's also humorous, heartfelt farewell by Gunn to his band of misfits. All right. Wow. Well, I'm really glad we read... I know, right? That's positive. I'm telling you, it's a positive review. Guys, you asked for that. You wanted to go down there and look at those reviews, okay? So, there you go. There you go. What the fuck? Wow. Okay. Nice. Cherry pick mostly negative review choices. What are you talking about? I went Rotten Tomato, fresh tomato. Rotten Tomato, fresh tomato. Okay? It's not like with The Flash where I found the 3 negative reviews on the internet and retweeted them. Okay? Sheesh. A fucking sheesh. How many wiener jokes are in it? I mean, probably a lot. Probably a lot. Real reject dudes really seem to enjoy it. That's true. A lot of people seem to really enjoy it. Okay. Can we talk about Jedi Survivor? I mean, we can. I didn't really play it that much, though. So, to be honest with you guys, like, I played it on Friday. Or I played it Thursday night, and then I played it Friday with you guys on stream, okay? And then I haven't played it since. You know? But to be fair, that's because I have this awesome guys trip planned for this weekend where we're renting out like a fucking suite in like a 5-star hotel. And we're going to just play a bunch of tabletop games like Warhammer and Magic the Gathering there. Yes, because I'm a nerd, but I still like to do my nerdy things in luxury. So I was building and painting Warhammer all weekend. That's why I got like some paint on me still. I don't know if you can get paint on me. But yeah, so look, Jedi Survivor's fun. I think there's a big patch going out today that should fix performance for a lot of people, which is great. And look, the game's fun. Like, I'm not saying it's not. But yeah, I was just more interested in Warhammer over the weekend. Josh is one cool guy, right? I mean, Trev, I'm a man who runs a channel and a company called The Den of Nerds. I don't know what what do you want me to say, bro? Like I yeah, that's what we're doing. And real talk, I bet the people in this hotel are like, bro, what the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? Because we're literally like I'm dropping some coin on this trip. You know what I mean? I just want to have a really good trip for the boys and myself. And we're dropping some coin. And so we're going to pull up to this place with like our nerdy shirts, like our Spider-Man shit and everything. We're going to be like, hello, we're here to go to our suite to play our nerd games. Hello. And yeah, that is what it is, man. Like, one of the things I really want to do, and we're not quite there yet. Like, we're not quite there as far as, like, the level of success or whatever. But I want to rent a fucking castle and have my friends come to the castle for a weekend, and we play Dungeons and Dragons all weekend. In a castle. Yeah. So, like, some of you guys are like, oh, I want that Gucci bag, or, like, I'm trying to flex and do all this. And I'm like, no, man. Like, that's not what I'm about. Yeah. We move a little different around here. That's what it is. Okay? So anyway, let's get into the Q&A. I'm sure there's some real interesting questions and comments about the topics today. And again, what should I say to the Washington Post when I talk to them? You know what I mean? Like, what should I... What if I was just like, it's bad because it's women? Yeah, we're going to get canceled for sure. David says, Josh, you're the GOAT, my dude. Hey, thanks so much, man. He followed up and said, Peep's been saying that Guardians 3 is top 5 MCU movie. There have been some people that have said that. They're not as many as the other. Anyway, Peyton says, let's get wild. Yeah, man, it got pretty wild. I don't know. What do you guys think? Out of 10, scale from 1 to 10, how wild did we get today? I don't even think we necessarily got as wild as I thought we would. Victor Gamora says, F that, give me Lizzo as the Thing. Okay. David Saunders says, big time wabo, baby. Hey, I appreciate it. Dude, David is one of our new editors. So, shout out to David, man. Hope you're doing well, bro. I'll hit you up later. Old Head Mike says, new Ant-Man honest trailer. Aw, shit. Should we watch the Quantum Mania honest trailer, guys? Should we watch the Quantum Mania honest trailer? All right. Oh, fuck. This came out 5 days ago, but still. Should be a good time. Okay. Hopefully we don't get freaking copy struck for this.
From the anarcho-communists sending hidden messages to children that only your most conservative uncle can decipher. And the director of Back to the Future, The Ride.
Is that true?
Comes a sequel that ditches the low-stakes appeal of Ant-Man in favor of an infinite loop of Kang movies. So, Jonathan Majors plays all of them? Too late to change that in post, huh? Cool. Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantum Mania. In a world where the same effects team has to balance this and Wakanda Forever at the same time, comes a theatrically released collection of storyboards where every actor looks copy-pasted into their scenes.
Dude, it's true. God, this movie looked like shit.
Reacts to absolutely nothing real. And wanders around a stomach-churning world of reddish-brown pond water.
Come on! Hurry!
They spent $200 million on this, and it still looks like Gritty's colonoscopy.
Yo, that's true. Dude, this movie looks like shit.
Scott Lang is a famous author now, or at least famous enough to leave all his day one homies behind.
True.
Back it up.
True.
All you gonna do is we just back it up, huh? That's it. Back it up.
Now he just wants to be a good dad, because hopefully the third Cassie's the charm. Cassie Lang is the MCU's 5th canonical child science genius.
Your daughter built a subatomic Hubble telescope in a basement.
Doing what any
Yeah, dude, I hate that fucking exposition, dude. It's growing so tiresome.
girl her age would do in San Francisco. Woke stuff.
You shrank a cop car?
Dude, it's so true! Oh my
What are you
god!
supposed to do? Look the other way?
Hope has returned with nothing new to offer besides her tactical hobbit hair. Janet Van Dyne is back to vaguely hint at all the quantum sex she had in the quantum realm.
I had no idea.
I know, it's... We'll talk later. She never said anything about you.
Well, I don't think I would have told my kid either. Wild stuff.
I had needs.
Oh my God.
Why are we in this fucking timeline, dude? Why are we in this fucking timeline? Like, do you ever think, like, dude, did we do something wrong? Did we perform some horrible like sin? Like why why are we in this timeline?
And Michael Douglas is never too stoned to wander around and talk about ants for a paycheck.
Science with ants and science.
This just makes me nostalgic for that Ant-Man 1 promo.
Ants. Ants. Ant-Man.
Truly the most honest trailer of them all. Journey into the quantum realm and join our heroes on a desperate search for a reason to make more MCU movies as we all trudge
For the search for a reason to make more MCU movies. Holy
through a
shit.
half-assed orb heist fetch quest that's just an excuse to set up the next big villain, him.
You left all of us with him.
He's looking for you.
They are talking about Kang, right?
Not from me, and not from him. He's the future.
Yeah, we met him in Loki. You don't have to be coy about the name.
All for him.
It's not a big reveal. He told us who he was. He's in the cold open.
He is in the cold open.
Whatever. Jonathan Majors dusts off his best Shakespeare in the Park voice
That's what conquerors do.
as this once powerful being who refuses to accept he's been canceled.
It's never over.
Yo, oh fuck. I'm gonna just move past that one.
And chew scenery like a guy who knows that he's going away for a while, so he better stretch each line as long as possible.
What are you going to do?
Bad feelings.
And time.
Win.
Along for the ride are enough kooky aliens to let you know a Rick and Morty guy wrote this one too.
Yeah.
With new characters like Captain Obvious,
Everyone is disgusting.
Bill Murray trying to be the fun cameo that Jeff Goldblum was, but trends closer to another Ralph Boner.
Boner.
And the not ready for primetime MODOK.
Dude, this shit was, I mean, no matter what body horror James Gunn has put into Guardians 3, there's nothing more horrifying than MODOK. Like, it was legit body horror. I felt uncomfortable as fuck every single time this thing came on screen.
A floating joke with a grave warning for Illumination Studios. Do not even think about making a live-action Minions movie. So while spending time with the ageless Paul Rudd is always a treat, settle in for a universe that's gotten so big, it's starting to collapse under its own weight. That should have kept Ant-Man as the refreshing after-dinner mint, instead of a dense lore salad to prop up the next 30 of these dumb things.
True.
Can we just skip to the new Fantastic Four? I'd rather watch Luis recap the rest of Phase 5.
True. That's another thing that's like working against Marvel. Which, by the way, let me just take like a side thing here. I mean, shit is really bad right now for Marvel. And if Feige is able to turn this around, and I think he can, he will really solidify himself as just the greatest producer of all time. This is a mess that I don't know any other studios that has really had to deal with this. It's like really weird. You know, that line where they say it's collapsing on its own weight, that's partially true. Like that is 100% like at least part of what's happening, right? So if he brings this shit back and like brings it home into Secret Wars, he's the GOAT. Like, he's just absolutely the GOAT.
Oh, see, that's complicated. Because when I first...
Starring Small Rudd, Hope Floats, The Masked Stinger, Ant-Man Original Recipe, Nadwoman, Kangaroo Issues, The Mid-Place, Kirby Sneezeland,
Lord Krylar with musical guest Ants.
Daft Punk or Henchmen at My House, Broccoli Rob. And Mr. E from the band Eels, because his real-life dad invented multiverse theory. Sad that's the most mind-blowing thing in a $200 million movie.
That is pretty crazy.
Itty-bitty Witty Committee.
Yeah.
How many holes do you have?
He has 7 holes.
Oh, wait, are we sure there's 7? I think that eye holes would count, no? Do the mouth and butthole count as one for being connected? What about the separate peel for girls? F you for making me do hole math. Hey, Screen Junkies, now that comic book...
Pretty good one. Whew. Whew. Man. We are going through some shit over here, you know? We are going through some shit over here. Okay, but that was fun. Okay, let's keep going through his. Donnie says, Mila Kunis as the Thing. Is this serious? WTF? Yeah, we did talk about it at great length. Unfortunately, it is serious. I don't think it'll actually end up happening, but it is serious. D. Murdoch says, Josh, you don't say that. It's Mustang. Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. I'll do better. Prince Zodiac says, Sarah Michelle Gellar as the Thing. Let's go. Okay. Vandal says, why a woman as the Thing? Surely not. I mean, I can't really think of a reason why other than to subvert expectations. Chiboui says, bro, it's obviously not true. Just goes to show people will believe anything negative about the MCU. Even she said she's not in the movie. Well, here's the thing. Like, it is true. Because you have My Time to Shine Hello and Casey Walsh both talking about how it's actually real. Those are the two very reliable people. Especially My Time to Shine Hello. Like, she's pretty good. On top of that, this thing where she said she's not in the movie, like, did we learn nothing from Andrew Garfield, Lars Mikkelsen, Tatiana Maslany? All of these people, freaking what's his face, Liam Neeson. Remember Liam Neeson said, I'm a bit of a snob, so I would only return for a movie, and then he popped up in the last episode of a terrible TV show? So I wish I could say, like, her saying I'm not in it is, like, definitive, but it definitely is not. DAC says, if Mila is the Thing, Ashton Kutcher for Human Torch. Sick burn instead of flame on. MC will never die. LMAO. Jesus Christ. Rhett Proctor says, the only MCU project I'm excited about is Daredevil Born Again. If it's anything like the Netflix show, it will be a win. And with John Bernthal back as the Punisher, it should be more mature and R-rated. Yeah, that's true. I'm actually really excited for a lot of Marvel projects. Unfortunately, a lot of them seem to be down the road, which is tough. But it is what it is. Emojo says, is it bad that I'd be okay with it if it were somebody like Gina Carano? You need a badass for the Thing, man or woman. To be honest with you, I agree. I actually think, like, Gina would work, or somebody of, like, her build and like, sort of persona. But I also think, like, just do the Fantastic Four. And then you could do that as an additional thing, just like what they do with Hulk and She-Hulk, right? Jesus, She-Hulk. Shogun says, if Mila Kunis comes in like Atomic Blonde, it might work. Maybe. C-Dub, member for 34 months, holy shit, says, what if they are going to do a temporary powers in F4? She might be the Thing for part of the movie, then go back to being Sue Storm. Yeah, that's kind of clever, but that's not what's being reported, right? So, like, that's not what they're talking about, right? Just got HTTE in the mail. Can't wait to start reading. What is that? What's HTTE? I don't know what that is. Behind the Kit says, chances this was a trap to reveal leaker identity. I mean, I think that's technically possible, yeah. I don't know. JJ Lemon says, never gonna happen. And I feel like we're getting our junk in a bunch over nothing. Maybe. But maybe it's fun to get your junk in a bunch. You ever think about that? Maybe some people are into it. Ross says, Jen Grimm, worst idea ever. Survivor was dope, but without YouTube vids, I would have been lost. Wait, what? Oh, Jedi Survivor. Hype for Guardians of the Galaxy regardless of Rotten Tomato score. Also, Steph Curry is him. Yeah, Steph Curry is wild, huh? What an animal, bro. Also, I loved the bare knuckle boxing fights over the weekend. Did you guys see that shit? Damn. That was intense, man. That's a very intense sport. I enjoyed it. Let's see here. Mila Kunis is playing a live-action Meg as the Thing. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, maybe. What's the name of the female Ben Grimm? Bonnie Grimm? No, she's a completely different character. I forget her name, and honestly, it's so irrelevant. It's like one of the... It's just like a very obscure character, man, you know? Riley S., welcome to the Nerd Vengers. You are a Nerd Venger now. Appreciate your support. Cool High says, Banderas may be Doom. Tracks with Namor, Latin background. I mean, that's kind of a fun idea, but again, that's not what's being reported. David says, frick the tweets. You're the GOAT, Josh. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate the love. Brian says, happy Lego Star Wars week. Anyone else drop 600 this morning at the Lego store? I can't say that I did. I'm just not into Lego. But I know a lot of people that really love Lego. So, hey, Bob's your uncle. You know, good on you. Anybody do that? Anybody know what he's talking about? Anybody dropping that 600? I mean, what do you get for $600 on a Lego set? Yeah? New sets? I only Lego my Egos. Oh, shit. Like 2 sets these days? Oh, okay. Well, that's cool. I mean, good for you with the Legos. That's sick. And to me, I am excited about something Star Wars this week, shockingly. But it's actually Star Wars and Fortnite. Oh, man, I can't wait. Oh, dude. Whenever Star Wars goes into Fortnite, it's legitimately awesome. Like the last time that the lightsabers were in there and then like Vader was in there, I like it. I liked it a lot. And that'll happen, I think, on the 2nd or 3rd, right? Yeah, when does that drop? When does all that drop? Like May 2nd? May 2nd? Dude, that's tomorrow? Ooh. I'm not going to promise anything, but we might do a little stream tomorrow. We might do a little Star Wars Fortnite stream tomorrow. Yeah. And I'm better at Fortnite than I am for Jedi Survivor, so don't worry about that. Diamond Figs with a very generous $20 holler says, to be honest, Ben Grimm was a role model for bigger kids like me who struggled with the way they looked growing up. Ben dealing with that as a vulnerable hero is a fundamental part of his character and helped me out a lot. Why change him? I completely agree with you. I'm generally not a massive fan of gender bending or race bending characters. I do think there's some, there are some situations and some ways in which it's cool, right? And I do understand, I think part of this, at the end of the day, part of this just comes from the fact that, it was a bunch of white dudes in the 60s. And so, what they were writing back then, it just doesn't necessarily represent the world as it is today, and I think that's completely fine. But you also had stuff like Milestone Comics and Static and stuff like that. So a lot of normies, I think for a lot of normies, they're this is a level even playing field kind of a thing. And even some people think they're doing it in that spirit, but I just don't think you necessarily need to do that. There are a lot of diverse characters in the Marvel catalog that you can just bring to prominence rather than bending a character. I'm gonna go off on a little bit of a tangent here, okay? So this is actually something that they did with Miles Morales. A lot of people, and this is how you know some of these people are just haters, because you'll get a lot of people that when it came to Thor, Jane Foster Thor, right? They were well, why don't you make a new character? You know what I mean? Why she gotta be Thor? Or why do you gotta gender bend Thor? Well, Miles was created as a completely new character. That's a black kid. I guess he's biracial because he's Puerto Rican. But he watches Spider-Man die in front of him after getting the powers and does nothing. So Peter Parker is his Uncle Ben. And so he is a new character. Now, does he become Spider-Man and technically take the title? Yes, but Peter, at least in our universe, never stopped being Spider-Man. And so instead what you had were multiple Spider-Men, and that feels better to me, and I was more accepting of that. And I love, dude, the original Bendis Sarapacelli run of Miles Morales before they aged him up, because there's like a point where they like age him up in that run. I thought it was fantastic. Ultimate Spider-Man that they did and the early Miles stuff, great comics. Really, I truly feel that way. So I think that like when it comes to Miles, it's like, you know, it's clearly about representation, but it's also done in a way that I feel is very organic and allows Peter to be Peter. It doesn't shit on Peter's legacy. It doesn't like try to remove Peter as Spider-Man. Spider-Man was still existing as with Peter as it was with Miles Morales, and then they met via this great crossover called Spider-Man. Oh, it was so cool. It was so cool. So I felt like that was a better way to do it. Sometimes when they do this, they like to like just kind of shit on the other character, and it feels very like modern day politics, right? And I don't think that formula works. So that's why I think a character like Miles resonates a little bit better than a character like Jane Foster Thor. Because she was literally being like, girls get it done, you're unworthy, Thor. Get the fuck out of here. Do you see what I mean? Like, it's a little bit different, right? Anyway. David says, frick James Gunn. W, Josh. Hey, thanks, man. J. Mike says, what part of the West Coast are you going to? Near Washington? No, I'm going to be in the Southwest. D. Murdoch says, yo, Josh, look up Rudy Pankow real quick from the Outer Banks. He was rumored to be Human Torch, and I really love that pick. He's literally the perfect Johnny in that show. I'm a yeah, blink up. All right, let me look at this up. Oh, yeah, okay, I can see it. Look, man, at this point, they've you gotta trust the Marvel casting, but I think particularly with this film, they've done so much with the casting. They have tried a lot of different people and just done a lot of work to try to get to the Fantastic Four that they like. So, especially with this cast in particular, except like the Mila Kunis thing, like I still can't fucking believe it. But yeah, I feel like they've gone through their steps for sure. Nate Meyer, welcome to the Nerd Vengers. You are a Nerd Venger now. Mike Snow says, got a feeling Guardians is gonna hit with the fans. From a few people I know who have seen it, it was emotional. The comedy actually works. Much love. Appreciate you, Mike. I hope so. I want to enjoy it. I want to like it. David says, hope that you have a great trip with the homies. Thanks, brother. I appreciate that. King Tannic says, keep hope for Guardians of the Galaxy. Remember, you love Multiverse of Madness, and most don't. Yeah, that's true. I think that's absolutely fair. XA says, if they're going to do live-action Darth Bane and do it so Brock Lesnar can play him before it's too late. That sounds awesome, but I also don't think Brock Lesnar can act. But he's a tank of a human being, that's for sure. Michael says, if Ahsoka is bad, I'm done with Star Wars until KK is gone. What would it take for you to be done with Marvel? The thing is pretty bad. What would it take for me to be done with Marvel? Okay, so here's a scenario that like might really fucking break me, okay? If all the projects for the rest of this year suck, okay? Let me try to start stacking this up. If all the projects for the rest of this year suck, if X-Men 97 is bullshit, if Captain America New World Order is doo-doo poopy stinky time, and then Thunderbolts is also dog shit, guys, I'm going to start putting applications to jobs. I'm going to start literally putting out fucking job apps. Because I just don't know, man. Fuck, what? No. Can't be. Okay? Now, what's the flip side of that? If they can get a couple of dubs this year, mainly I'm looking at Secret Invasion and Loki Season 2, okay? If we can get a couple of dubs this year, if X-Men 97 is fucking dope, if Captain America is great, if we start to like see the turn, then I'm in. Then I'm feeling real fucking good. But if that doesn't happen, man, that's going to be tough, man. That's going to be a tough one for me. Okay, let's keep going here. Jose says, Josh, don't think about it too much. Oh, there's a baby out there crying. Also, drop some coinage, please, and thank you. I will drop some coinage, and I also should say to the Nerdvengers, tomorrow we're giving away a $200 GameStop gift card. We're going to do it on the Nerdvengers stream. We're going to do it on the Nerdvengers stream. And I'll give you guys 6,000 nerd coin right now. Uncle Terry says, like a bantha is what Luke said when he was riding Ahsoka. LMAO, I had to bring back Luke Ahsoka. Okay, thanks, Uncle. Uncle Terry, thanks so much for that. Appreciate you. That was really, really chill, bro. Thank you so much. Okay. I'll hang out in the chat for just a little bit, and then I got to get out of here because I am very hungry. Very hungry. What else is on your mind? What else is going on, guys? Let me know. Mandalore says, wow, we was 10 months ago. My guy, that is crazy. Mila as the thing. Nah, bruh. Calling it now. Not happening. Side note, killer shirt. Let's see it. Spidey for the win. Oh, hell yeah. No, I like this shirt a lot. Yeah. I'm excited. Will there be a nerd theory today? I think so. I can't guarantee that, though. Like I said, Theory streamed for like 11 hours yesterday, so he might need some sleep. You promised more Luke Ahsoka merch a while back. Okay, I'll make you a deal. These next 2 weeks are going to be crazy for me because I'm going out of town a lot. But after that, I will work on the summer collection for the Den of Nerds merch, and I will make the Luke Ahsoka shirt happen. I'll bring it back for that, okay? I promise. That's a goddamn guarantee. If Mila Kunis was the voice of Ben as someone is waking up or in a dream, I'd accept it, but otherwise, yeah, same. Cejudo versus Sterling. Who you got this weekend? Dude, it's Cejudo all day. Although it's a chance for Sterling to prove that he deserves to be there. Like, a lot of people think that Sterling, because of some people just think that like he didn't even win some of those fights, like that Peter Yan fight and some of this weird stuff, right? He did take him out in the rematch pretty handily, I would say. But a lot of people consider his reign to be somewhat fraudulent. And Triple C is like one of the best ever. So I believe Cejudo will take it. But I could see Sterling kind of like solidifying his place with this victory. That's what's great about the sport. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a lot of stakes, man. Like, watching Izzy, fight Pajeda. I mean, the stakes were just so high. It was incredible. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Did you see the new Hunger Games trailer? Thoughts? Look, I'm not into that series at all. Elisa is, though. Elisa's pretty excited about it, but I couldn't. I don't really fucking care about that, to be honest with you. I'm not really about it. Den of Nerds muscle tanks now. I'll put that in the summer collection, okay? Kendall, I'll get it in the summer collection, bro. Josh doesn't like YA stories. That's not true at all. One of my favorite shows is The Dragon Prince. So don't tell me I don't like YA stories. I love The Dragon Prince. Graham Johnson, welcome back to the Nerdvengers, baby. Yeah, right, Haunted Autumn. What about Vision Season 2? Oh, yeah, Vision Season 2. When's that drop? Thursday? Do I like Spirited Away? Hell yeah. Yeah, Lost Stars is YA for sure, yeah. What day is that? Thursday? May 4th. That's Thursday, though, right? Am I crazy? Okay. What if and I could do this as a poll on the members page. What if instead of having a Nerdvengers stream tomorrow, we did a Nerdvengers watch party for Star Wars Visions Thursday night, and we gave away the gift card then? What do you think? Does that sound good? Are you going to watch the Young Jedi Adventures? No. Nerdvengers, assemble to wish Jareth Loveberry good luck at the Kentucky Derby this Saturday. Yeah, for sure. Dude, yeah. So Jareth Loveberry, who's been a longtime watcher and supporter of the channel, is a jockey, and he's riding in the Kentucky Derby this weekend. That's just pretty sick. So shout out to him for sure. Shout out to him for sure. Michael says, any Star Wars news for the 4th? Who is your favorite UFC fighter of all time? BJ Penn is mine. I would have to say, and this might shock people, but I would have to say Randy Couture. When I was pretty young, I watched Randy Couture, who was old at the time. I think he was like in his 40s. And he came back and went through Tito Ortiz, and he went through Chuck Liddell. Yeah, they called him Captain America. Dude, watching that old man come back and whoop ass, oh, that shit was dope. So I'd probably have to say Randy Couture. But I like a lot of the fighters. I mean, there's been a lot of great personalities, you know. 40s ain't old. Okay, bro. Right on, bro. What's the name of the Nerdvenger Derby horse? That's a great question, actually. Trinity, do you know what the horse is that he's riding? Yeah, GSP was pretty fun to watch, for sure. Yo, Logger, that's sick, man. Good for you. Matt Hughes was great, too. You gonna watch Diaz versus Paul? Probably not, man. Dude, like, boxing is... The more I've watched... Okay, a couple different things. First of all, Jake Paul is not good at boxing. But trained UFC fighters that have years of muscle memory, of bad habits when it comes to boxing, puts you at an incredible disadvantage. I'm sick of watching a not good boxer pick apart MMA fighters in boxing. I'm over it. Now, if Nate wins, I might go watch it afterwards and be like, yo, let's watch him tune him up. But otherwise, I don't care, dude. Like, I just don't care. So that's where I'm at with it. Jake's Film Take says, Josh, Love and Thunder made me almost lose hope in Marvel. She-Hulk stole it like a woke Dementor. Ooh, that's tough. That is tough. Tough. We'll see, man. We'll see where they go from here. Josh, thoughts on 33 rewrites for Multiverse of Madness? 33? Yeah, that's quite a bit of rewrites and also tracks with some stuff I've heard, so. Yeah. I love She-Hulk. Good for you, brother. Truly glad that you enjoy it. Put your money on 2 fills, Nerdvengers. Oh, 2 fills. Nice. Okay. That's pretty cool. Have you ever seen BJ's pool jump? No, I have not. You ever seen a live UFC event? If not, it's a must. I gotta be honest with you. It's not a live experience I think I would enjoy that much. Like, even fucking Dana White, who sits right next to the ring, watches that shit on pay-per-view when he's sitting there. So they can actually, like, see what's going on. I mean, like, I get it. I'm sure the energy's crazy, and I'm sure it's, like, really, really fun. And I've seen, like, wrestling live, and that's super fun. But I'd way rather watch on the TV. So, I mean, I'd clap She-Hulk, but not Jen. Toxic, bro. Toxic. I went to the UFC and it wasn't that great. Oh, okay. I saw Jones versus Evans. The arena was nuts. Oh, I'm sure, bro. I mean, I'm sure the energy's crazy. You know? Yeah. Yeah. Do you think Marvel is about to pivot over to Doom now? No evidence of that. Although things might get really weird depending on what happens with Jonathan Majors' court case, which I think is next week. If Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is mid, you should skip the stream and head to Pittsburgh early. Oh, yeah, no, I've thought about that. But I think, I was like, nah, man, like, I'll do the stream in the morning. You know, we'll just do something, even if it's quick. Probably no call-ins, maybe no gambling. I know, cry, pour one out for gambling. Yeah, just do a quick thing and then get out of there, you know what I mean? Can you recap the news for me, Josh? Okay. Marvel thinking about Mila Kunis' thing. Everybody hates that. Internet went crazy. James Gunn put his wife in Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I think it's bullshit. Everybody hates me. Got mad. Shared it out. Fantastic Forecast seems pretty cool, minus Mila Kunis. And the tracking for Guardians of the Galaxy 3, pretty shaky. Rotten Tomato scores, kind of weird. If it doesn't make 130, 140, a whole bunch of bad headlines, and we're going to bitch and moan about it. So there you go. There you go. No gambling? The audacity. I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Boom. Stream over. Yeah, pretty much. There was a she thing in the comics. Oh my God, dude. Joel's CS. I had no idea that there was a she thing in the comics. This completely changes my perspective on the whole Mila Kunis thing. Congratulations. You found a piece of information so relevant and amazing that like a fucking magic spell, it has taken away all of our negativity towards this thing. Wow. Damn, bro. I had no idea. It's not like every other reply guy, oh, actually, motherfucker on the internet has already brought that shit up. Get the fuck out of here. Holy shit. Actually. Jesus Christ. Wait, what was Darth Princess said something and then I missed it and it's not it didn't pop up for me. Did I miss it? I think you were asking about what's his face's comments, right? What were you asking about? Oh, what's that guy? Sam Witwer. You were asking about Sam Witwer's comments about Luke Skywalker? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've seen he's had that stance for years, and yeah, I feel him on that, of course. Yeah. Yeah. So Vision's watch party or what, bro? I would love to, but I have a very busy week, so we have to pick. Like, either we do a Nerd Adventure stream tomorrow or we do the watch party. I think we should just do the watch party. That seems really fun. You know, watch party and all that. Cyber, 34 months, bro. Says, thanks for that love, man. Says, bro, you wildin' today, but I love it. Keep going. Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Michael says, you have to Google the B1's drawing of the Wampa in Jedi Survivor. Okay, I will. Okay, I will. All right, we'll probably just do the watch party on Thursday. Real talk. We'll do it at night. You know what I mean? Is there a nerd theory tonight? Yet to be determined. Not sure. Mm-hmm. Oh, Brian, they had a she thing in the comics? Oh my God. This is unbelievable. Thursday night is Guardians. Oh, fuck, you're right. Damn. I don't know. I'm going to think about this. I'll think about it. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Maybe. Maybe. Okay, guys. All right. I'm going to get out of here. I really appreciate all the love. I appreciate all the support. Thank you guys for being here. Appreciate you. As I always say, I hope you're having an awesome and a nerdy day. And I'll see you in the next video. Is everybody gone? Did everybody leave? What a nice little Monday stream. What a great way to start the week. I'm feeling good. Hope you're feeling good. I'm feeling good. You're feeling good. We're all feeling good, right? Man, I just gotta say, you guys were so wrong about Dungeons and Dragons. Imagine saying like, oh, this movie's gonna make $1 billion. Oh, there's a fucking billion on Dungeons and Dragons. And it literally bombs. Like, it literally bombs, y'all. Sheesh, man. That's why you guys gotta leave the takes to me. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, everybody. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you guys soon. Make sure, open up your third eye, wash out that stinky butt. I'll see you later. Take care.